To me, performance property is really about the performance culture that we're building, and that's about getting the right people and giving our clients access to the right people to ensure that their long-term goals are being met through building out really high-quality property portfolios.
We started in 2013. Largely the business was we're going to buy residential property for clients and build property portfolios. I think over time, as the market changed, as the organisation changed, as the industry changed, we worked out pretty quickly that we needed commercial property in the mix. And now we're genuinely building out property portfolios that are in line with a strategy, in line with an advice model, and most importantly, aligned with the client's needs.
I love seeing great client outcomes, like we're an end-to-end portfolio advisory service business. And generally when you see a lot of those competitors out there in the marketplace, they're very transactional in terms of the way that they look at that particular purchase and property. And that's always frustrated us as a business, because this is an ongoing relationship that we want to build, not just over 1 or 2 years, but 20, 30 years. And we've got a kind of a value proposition there that I don't think anyone else in Australia is doing in our line of work. We run residential advisory, commercial advisory, funds management, and we manage their assets end to end. We catch up with them every year, and we want to see, it's not just 5 years, but it's the next 10, 20, 30 years that we want them with us for the rest of their life cycles.
Most of our clients are repeat clients, because we know that we're not just a transactional service, buying a single asset, shaking hands with the client and never seeing them again. So our annual review process is very detailed. We look at ways in which we can make a portfolio run more efficiently, either through raising rents or buying again, or if it may be consolidating debt to reduce debt on a home loan or whatever it may be. So our clients are, like most businesses, very important to us. They're comfortable referring their friends, and we're comfortable dealing with them and family members, etc. So we basically pride ourselves on our client base, and that's what has really built the history, and most importantly, and it stands in the name, is the performance of those assets. We are a national company. We've got area specialists in Perth, Adelaide, Rockhampton, Brisbane, wherever it may be. And that's the sort of granular detail and level of detail we need to get us ahead of the competition and unlock doors that aren't open to the general public.
The fact that we've got expertise and reach throughout the country means that we're always going to do what's best for the client.
Every market has its time to shine. So if we're stuck geographically to only buy in Melbourne, and that's where we operate and can only buy, it may not be within the best interest of the client for their particular goal or whatever it may be.
From our end, we have a fully independent research data platform that we run. So every investment decision is data driven. It's not just, you put your thumb in the air, you basically say, well, this is the next hot spot. This is all about building wealth, slow and steady, and being consistent in terms of our approach.
We have an investment committee within the group that 6 of us basically not argue the points, but certainly look and really unpack every layer of research and data to provide the right advice. We don't listen to a bias of a certain individual, because it's a committee decision to make a call on if we're in a market, yes, and if we're actually getting out of a market or stop buying in a market. So it's not just relying on one individual's bias on, I might have had a great holiday in this location that one time, but it's very important that we come together as a group to make a call on a market.
So we can't be buying emotionally. We have to be buying, looking at the data, what that's telling us, looking at the trends, looking at what's happening in the wider economy to really get a good feel about the markets that are showing value. We're really trying to create a national business where clients can have a consistent standard across the board throughout their whole property portfolio journey.
Accountability is a big part of our company as well, and one of our mottos is do what you say you're going to do, right? If you say that you're going to do something, make sure that you follow through with it, having that accountability. And when we're either looking at purchasing property, for example, and if you wouldn't have it in your own portfolio, we wouldn't recommend it for a client as well, right? We want to follow those same strategies, and having that accountability as a team is super important as well.
The culture in this company is second to none. I've been working in this industry for over 30 years, and it's really important for me to do the right thing, get the best outcome, and having a good culture behind you really encourages you and incentivises you to go the extra mile and get great results. Our clients have their portfolios reviewed annually, and if it's identified that some properties might have reached their use-by date or for no better reason need to be sold, they then get referred back to me to look after the sale of the property. So I find it very satisfying to sit back and see a great sale with the sold sticker on the board. It's very, very rewarding, in fact.
Here as well, with the advice that we give, we follow the same type of strategies and the same type of advice. And so what I'm recommending to my clients, I'm doing the similar thing as well. So it's a really good feeling to watch them grow.
Just shows that we're adding value to their lives and to their families. And after being here for 5.5 years, you can really see the growth of the asset and how much that's impacted their lives.
Working at Performance Property, it's a great deal of fun. We're all high-performing individuals, feed off each other's enthusiasm, excitement, and we're all driven to succeed, but also driven to help our clients achieve what we're actually setting out to do ourselves.
We're very, very selective in terms of who we bring on into our team. We like to make sure that we've got really, really good staff with excellent attitudes that fit within our culture. But very importantly, they've got to have a real interest and knowledge about property. Our clients get access to all of that expertise through using us.
I think it's important for a client to know that they've got a team behind them. You know, if one goes down, we don't all go down. We kind of support each other so that client is looked after.
What I really enjoy about working with Performance is that we do give quite a lot back to the community, and we do contribute to worthy causes close to our purpose. It makes me feel that we're not just here focusing on wealth, we're actually making a difference to people's lives, not just our clients, to other people in the community.
As a business, we really want to go out there and do good for others. So part of what we would classify as a performance client is clients that go out there and do good for others through their businesses or their professions or their own philanthropy. And likewise, as a business, we want to do the same. So we've got a bit of a theme through the business that is food and shelter. The food side comes in where we've created a relationship with a charity called Eat Up that basically is out there feeding disadvantaged children in schools, and that's close to a lot of our hearts. A lot of us have got families and young children, and the thought of kids going to school without food is quite heartbreaking. So we've decided to support Eat Up as a charity. We want to feed 10,000 kids through our partnership with that charity.
We set up a charity in terms of our pathway business as well, where we were supporting kind of single mothers that had domestic abuse, and we were supporting them with partially paying for some of their rent. A lot of single mothers that are out there with children that have come from a very difficult background, it's very, very difficult for them to find a rental property. So we created a fund around that. We were supporting some of those mothers in Sydney and Melbourne. And look, we're always looking for different ways that we can get out there and support the community. From our end, we do want to give back because it's part of the business. You need to pay it forward.
Life is about relationships and the quality of those relationships. And when you first meet with a client, they're naturally sceptical. They have an image of you as an advisor that might take advantage of them. And one of the most satisfying things when you get to year 5 or year 6 or year 7, wherever it might be, and they've made good money, we've delivered great customer service, is the relationship, the nature of the relationship changes. We rely on each other and we trust each other. And that's really the outcome of hard work on our behalf, and then it manifests 5, 6, 7 years later into great client outcomes, and then that client refers us business and that client comes back, and it's a great feeling.
When we ask certain clients, when do you want to retire or what do you want to retire on, no one knows the answer at 40 or young, certainly not younger than that. My answer to that is I want to retire as soon as possible with as much as possible, and we believe that we've got all the systems, processes and team around us to achieve that.